everybody. This is Rocky Mountain Will, and this is Farming Simulator 18 for Android. Um, for this video, I am going to do just a small rundown of what Farming Simulator is and how it compares to the PC versions. So here we go. I am currently doing I have a 59-hour farm operation, and I'm going to show you around really quick, show you some of the implements that I have and tractors, and we'll go from there. Alright, so to start off, I finished a crop of sunflower seeds a while back. Haven't been on this for roughly a week now, so I'm gonna kind of show you around. This is one of two tractors that I have, JCB 8310, and it is currently hooked up to the biggest tilling equipment that's available. Anyway, I have several different types of other equipment, from seeding to combining to corn chopping and haying equipment, and a semi with a grain trailer and a flatbed trailer. Let me switch over to the pickup and kind of give you a small rundown. So, basic point is to try to run a successful farm operation. It's a little tough at first because when you first start, it gives you a whole bunch of smaller equipment, small combines, smallest tractors that's available in the game. There's a few things that are not that you don't have to purchase, which is over past the railroad trestle that you see in front of us, is the sheep sheds. And you have a flatbed trailer over there to haul wool, and then also right there, that big tall building on the back, that is the cow barns, which if you feed them hay and all that, they will produce milk, which there is a small milk trailer. In fact, you can see it at the corner of the above the corner of the roof you see there in front of us. So you get in the game when you first start. But then you can't sell them to upgrade because they don't have any such way you can upgrade those. But anyway, kind of go through the equipment that I have here ready at the moment. Tractor next to us is a biggest New Holland, which is, what is it? Kind of forget. Come on. That's the Chrome. There it is. New Holland T7.315 HD. If I remember correctly, it is over 300 horsepower. Top speed on it is 50 miles an hour. I forgot to tell you, the JCB tractor over there, that's the biggest one available, and that's not the biggest tractor, but it's the biggest JCB tractor available in this game, and it's just over 300 horsepower as well. Much faster than this one. That one does 65 miles an hour top speed. Actually, I don't know what the the speed increments are, but I'm going to call it 65 miles an hour. Probably kilometers an hour, but yeah. Okay, next implement over is the Krone. Is the Krone Big X 1100. Now I don't know if this is the biggest corn chopper that was available in 2018, but it is fairly powerful. It is over 1,000 horsepower. As you see, it's a 10 wide corn head chopper head on it. Tidbit of information on this. This does not follow the same as the PC versions of Farming Simulator. From what I know of the PC version, the corn choppers on there, if you use the dolly, you can pull the semi-trailer behind and or use the normal grain trailer behind these, and you can chop the corn yourself. Unfortunately, the mobile version does not simulate this, so you have to have a separate vehicle driving along. You have to drive this separate vehicle alongside this in order to chop corn. Other than that, it's pretty cool, actually. The downside to this is you have to watch when trailers are full with chopped corn and you pull away. The corn chopper does stop, but when you come back unloaded and you go to start again, it skips a small section of your crop. So you have to go back, put your grain trailer next to where the unchopped stuff is, and take the corn and go back across it. That's the only downfall to it. Kind of skips part of your stuff. But anyway, next piece of equipment over is the Massey Ferguson Delta 9380. Now, I don't know, and again, I don't know if this is the biggest one, but it is pretty big in itself. I believe it's 500 horsepower, but it has a 12-row corn head on it so far. I do not have the grain head yet. I plan to get it probably in this video, and I'll kind of show that off as well. The cool thing I like about this is, one, the corn head actually folds up. So traveling through that opening right over there past the tractor, you don't have to detach the head and trail it behind the combine, or have another vehicle pull it through the thin areas. Oh, that is another thing. On the Krone head, on the Krone corn chopper, you cannot detach the head, but the combines you can. Of course, to go between the corn head and the bean head. Another thing, they did animate the corn head a little bit. Pull out here a little bit so I can show you, and turn on the head, unfold, and now it is augering. The auger inside the head is moving, which is kind of cool. Now, nothing else really turns, but for a mobile game, this is pretty cool. So, turn that off. That's the combine up again. I do try to keep some things halfway straight. Sometimes it don't always work. Okay, next order of business is, here's the semi. This is the current semi that I have. It is a Phoenix 6x6 Agro truck. so far pretty good. Pretty good. Top speed is 80 miles an hour. Um, Horsepower is 300, around that, around 300 horsepower. I think could be a little lower, but I could be all wrong on that. But anyway, overall good truck, fairly good. Gets in the tight spaces even with the long grain trailer on. Next thing is the dollies for the tractors. This is the only way you can hook the semi trailers up to the tractors is with a dolly. I have the grain semi trailer and the flatbed trailer there. On the other side of the barn, switch back to the pickup here. Um, on the back side of the barn here, I have some haying equipment here. I have the largest hay cutter is that's available for game. I have the largest heater and the largest hay rake. Now, how they kind of work, you take the cutter, which is on the right, you cut your hay, which lays it down flat. Once you're done with that, you get the teeter, which is the machine in the middle. You hook up to that. When you drive over the hay, it's supposed to fluff up the hay so it'll dry better quality of feed supposedly for the cows or sheep. Then the hay rake on the left, you take that, it brings all your hay together so that way you can take the baler, which I'll show you next. Here and around so you can see it. Okay. Which for this game there are two balers. You have a round baler and you have the square baler, which you see in front of you. I started with the round baler and was actually pretty impressed by it because not only can you bale the hay and then stack it with the stack wagon, which is just on the other side, the red machine with the two forks on the back. Not only can you use the stack wagon for it, but if you buy one of the tractors that has the loader arms on it, you can buy a bale forks and you can manually load hay that way. Now I did that. It's a little time consuming, but as a start out thing, if for some reason you just are doing a hay operation, that's a good way to start out with. Cheap, fairly cheap way to start out with, except for the balers. Balers cost arm and leg. But anyway, that's the haying equipment. If I move on over, you will see the seeder I have, which is another 15-row, which is 15-row implement. Currently, probably still set on sunflowers, which that may change later on. But anyway, there's that, and what else? Okay. Oh, those ones over there in front of the house. Like, come around over here. Now, I currently have two fertilizer trailers. The one directly in front of me is for commercial fertilizer, and it is a 24-row span. So you imagine the combine is 12, so basically double that, and you have the width of that one. The tank trailer right there that you see is you get not sewage, but what is it called? Slurry. You get a slurry mix from the bio plant, which is in the upper northwest side of the map. Anyway, that's why I have the corn chopper. The corn chopper, you chop the corn, You load it into After you load it in the trailer, you take it to the biogas plant and you dump it into the holding bays that's there, and after it's processed, you get a certain amount of uh, slurry mix that you can use to spread on the field, which I have come to find the slurry does seem to do a little better than the commercial fertilizer. I think the slurry is like probably a 50% gain on the amount of crop you can get off your fields compared to, I figured that is like 35% gain than just planting a straight normal field with no fertilizer. But anyway, well, after that, I got my little grain trailer there. I use that actually for the combine. I hook the tractor on it and uh, do that, but only for the fact that when that gets full, it'll automatically go. The AI system automatically takes it and dumps it into my storage facility right there. Um, I might change that since I actually upgraded to the big Massey, the biggest combine there is, which is 12,600 units that it holds. I don't know if it's bushels or what, but I don't know how Farming Simulator calculates or what the units measurements are for it, so I'm going to just say units. But anyway, yeah, I might update to just the next step up, which that is like 8,600 units, and the next one up is like 21,000 units. So I could get 2 full loads out of that for doing that. But anyway, with that said, I think that pretty well covers the basics of my current farm right at this period. I'm gonna take and mention this. There are also areas which I can go show you one right now. There are areas that will show you that you can actually cut trees down and log them out. And that's going to be kind of my goal here if I get my operation big enough. I will go back here to forestry. Now, in order to cut the trees down, you have to have this big behemoth, Scorpion King. 286 horsepower, 20 mile an hour top speed. He's not very fast, but you can load him onto the flatbed trailer and haul him around with a semi. Make it that much faster. Now, the cheaper option, which I'm probably going to start trying to acquire some of this, he's going to be kind of like the last one to try to get since he's $317,000. The 2 items I'm going to try, which I also need to grab a small, cheap loader tractor so I can do this. I'm going to buy the log fork head for a loader. I'm going to buy this log trailer, and then this is called a Stump Grider. And I've played FS16, and I got up to having all the logging stuff. And what this does, in order for your trees to grow back, you have to grind stumps down with this, and so they'll, well, like I just said, so they'll grow back, so you can have more trees. But with that said, that I need, and let's see, this is called a Buffalo. This is basically a log loader and hauler all in one. So what you do, if it works the same way as 16 did, you drive up next to your cut logs and it'll automatically load them into the back of this machine, and you can drive this to wherever you can sell them at. I don't know yet. I haven't really looked. See where you can load them at. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a secondary semi. Maybe not that one, but I can buy either that one or that one. Kind of test these out. Maybe drop a comment or two, see which one you want me to test out. Either the Man TSG 18480 or the Lizard TX 415 barrel core. Now, honestly, yeah, I know, I understand the name of it, but honestly, that looks more like it can work. But anyway, yeah, drop me a comment, pick one or the other, let me know. Anyway, back to this. That's pretty much the basics for the basic equipment that I have so far on this operation. And I might do a little tilling, give you a little visual on that, how it works. Park the pickup back over here. Like I said, I try to keep some things straight. Sometimes, late night running, yeah, you don't really care about what you do. So, alright, I'm going to switch over to the JCB. Camera, let that back up. Now, a couple of tidbits, if anyone plays this. If you're going to actually drive the machine yourself, there isn't that much animation except with tilling the ground, which pretty much basic, simple. You get to the end, you can't lift the ends, you just keep trucking until you're done. But on that note, if I take and hit, okay, because I backed up, I went too far. Okay, see the little steering wheel at the bottom? If you touch that, it will automatically do your farmhand, and now look, it is simulating it raising and lowering it out of the ground. So you have to watch, like I showed you on the field up over there with the logs. AI system is stupid. It won't go around the log. So you have to watch when it gets to the side of the field if it's going to hit a tree or not. And help it around it. And it does say that you can cut those down and make it more interesting, but I think it's more realistic sometimes with trees, having the trees around it, because farmers have to deal with that in real life too. So that's like, can't really help it that much unless you chop the trees and completely down. And I'm only doing this just so I can just kind of show you how it's like. Now, I've had a lot of practice doing this. And, oh, by the way, it has a few options on controls that you can do. The first option is you can do the on-screen steering buttons, which I've done that before, and it gets kind of hectic because trying to figure out how to do slight turns is kind of hard. The next option, which is the option I use, which uses tilt. You tilt your phone to the right or to the left, and you can actually be pretty precise if you have enough practice on it. Like you saw, I had 15 animations on this game, and it took me a while to learn how to do it. Now, for this game, it has this secondary option for tilt steering. If you select it, not only do you steer your tractor by tilting it, well, by tilting your phone, it can tilt your screen level, so your visual stays level, but you can still steer. Now, I tried this, and I found that I was actually a little dizzy because it would lag a little. I would steer it, let's say, to the left hard, and in order to turn around, and it would lag, so it would follow the screen, and then the screen would tilt back really quick. And I find that was kind of making me a little dizzy. But I find I'm used to tilting my phone and having the screen tilt with it, so it's like I'm really used to that, so I'm just gonna continue on with that. So anyway, this one's almost done. I will go put it on that field with the trees around it really quick, and then I will go get the New Holland, put the cedar on it, and I will figure out what I want to seed. Which, in fact, I can kind of do that a little bit right now. Show you some of this. Okay, this is all the prices for farming silver. The first row is wheat, second row canola, then you have corn, then you have sunflowers. Then if you switch pages, you have potatoes, you have sweet beets, or sugar beets, then you have your milk production, and then you have wool production. And if you jump on over, okay, here's the trees. This is seeds, but I really don't know what it's for yet. I haven't figured out what gives me that. Then you have grass, then you have wheat, and then it restarts again. But anyway, that's that. Then you have your stats, which right here is the biogas plant, which is next to the last one. Then you have your entire stats. Time played, which is 60 hours now. Distance driven. Oh, it is in kilometers. Okay, harvested, trees cut, bred cows, sold them out. It is all over here. Yeah, I've kind of went through it all, except for the trees. Haven't done the trees yet. And then you got your silos, storage, which there's none currently in it right now. Cows, which I don't have any. I have a few. I did start with cows before, but they were taking more hay that I could produce at that time. I only had the one small little field that's next to the cow barn. But then I went ahead and sold all of that. Pigs, they start you out with 5 each. 5 sheep, 5 pigs, 5 cows. The pigs I have not done yet because, as you see, it takes canola and corn to feed them. It does take straw to produce some manure. I haven't got. That was a lot of work to start out with, so it's like, nah, I better not do that yet. Now the sheep, yeah, the sheep actually pays really good if you can get a decent amount. Like right now, I've got 82 sheep. I've got over 9,000 wool, so which here pretty soon I'll send the little pickup with the load of wool to whoever's selling the highest. But that's that. Then we're back at the biogas plant. So if we go back out, yep, this JCB is done, so we'll go put him on the other field, and we'll go get the new home. Open it up, put it on auto, and he'll run fairly good without any hindrance until he gets to the side of the field. Let's see. Okay, here's that. Back in my. Oh, that's another thing. To move your camera around, if you just take one finger, roll it around, left, right, slide up, brings your camera way out, slide down, brings your camera way in. If you double tap, it'll straighten your camera automatically. That comes in handy when you're trying to line up stuff and trying to line up on your fields and your camera's cockeyed. Okay, so let's take a look at the prices. So let's see, corn is going up. Sunflower so far is still the highest. Beet potatoes, I really don't do them since they're way low right now. Let's see. Looks like the price of sunflowers is kind of dwindling. Corn's kind of went up. Corn's still going up on the one. Maybe we'll do corn. So you go down here, see the little sunflower icon with the green around it in the bottom left. If you tap it, it will change what seed you're planting. And that is corn. So I do see I need to go fill this thing. That's gonna be a pain in the royal patootie to fill because seeds cost a heck of a lot. So we will fill this up, see what kind of damage we get. Yeah, over 25, almost 35,000 in money to fill this thing back up. But it's worth it in the long run because you can get, actually with the 5 fields that I have, I can get about 5 field works with this, with the capacity on this planter. And there we go, got it lined up perfectly. And then let's go. Yeah, he actually did get unfold him. Start him on this side. Yeah, it's jumpy a little bit. I do find that this game does kind of make this phone jumpy a little bit. Not really a new phone, but it's fairly decent. But anyway, this guy's going again, so there's that one. Since they're going, I think I will go grab the truck. And we'll go run the wool out and might cut the video off there. Till next time, let's see. Pull up. Sometimes I can do this without having to look. Pull up, we will fill this. By the way, the pickup is nice to run around in. As you've seen, the top speed on it is 80 miles an hour. It is only 200 or so horsepower, and it lacks in power quite a bit. Yeah. So let's see, we'll go here. We'll back up though. Okay, let's see who is the highest. Well, it's showing the harbor is the highest. Let's actually see here. Yeah, showing that it's going down, but we'll still send it to the harbor anyway. So I usually do the automated, and guess what? AI was stupid again and didn't like the fact that I was that close. But anyway, the AI is alright. It's kind of stupid sometimes because, kind of like the real FS games, it's not smart. So it could come across if you got the combine or something and you signal the wagon to come over, and it will basically make us beeline straight to the combine. And like they're in the trees, if the tree is right in that beeline, it won't go around it. It'll try to plow through it. So AI system is kind of dumb. But anyway, we will see how much we can get for the wool here. So I think the other tractor was done. Yeah, that one is done. So we will run it back. Switch over to the commercial fertilizer. And fertilize the field, get the fertilizer in the fields really quick. And wool got to the sale point, 125. Back up to 125. Two. I'll show you here in a minute the width of that commercial fertilizer trailer. It's huge. I've only got 11% left of this, but so in order to make this right, I gotta go way the heck out of here. I'll go ahead and open this up. That is almost your max width of that. Makes quick work, but uses a lot of fertilizer at the same time. You probably won't even get hardly past the first part of the field before he has to fill up. And that's a good point too. In order to fill up this one up, which is actually kind of nice because it's fairly close, and that's that blue tank right there you see in the back. So we will fill up. See how much damage it costs. What it costs me. About almost $20,000 worth of fertilizer. Now the AI sometimes is smart in this and sometimes it's not. We'll see. What the heck are you doing? As you see, it takes a long way around. Instead of just turning into the field, it's taking a long way around. And probably not even going to go to the right area. Let's start again. Maybe. It's going to miss a whole bunch. So, hold on. That should make it come up correct. Yeah, it'll catch it. There you go. And we're done. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut the video here. Meantime, I might continue maybe just giving you sneak peek updates of the farm as I go. Pick up control. I'll get to it in a second. But anyway, I'll give you updates on this farm. I might start a Let's Play FS18 mobile. Maybe start it from scratch and see how that goes. If I do that, I'll try to make videos either. I'm not sure if I should do weekly or maybe every other day or every 3 days, maybe. Just maybe so I'm not trying to burn myself out on the game so much. But anyway, I will take and hopefully update you when that will be. If so, I'll make just a little short video to let you guys know. Like, subscribe. Yeah, thanks for watching. This is Rocky Mountain Rail, and see you on the other side.